Today we have this 1947 Underwood Standard vintage desktop typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. It has a wide carriage, 14-inch platen. It's about 4 inches bigger than a normal. The paper feeds into the platen with a guide here to make sure the paper loads in straight. And these are your platen knobs that feed the paper, and this is your paper bill with rollers to help hold the paper down. These are your margins on each side, and when you get to the end of this margin, the bell dings. And this is, if you want to move them, you just pinch them and that's where your margin will be. We're going to put it all the way on the end and right there to the edge of the paper. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. You hit this line space, get you back to the beginning. It skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, you just flip that switch to 2, and it skips 2. Flip it down again to 3, and it'll skip 3. We're going to keep it on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence on the next line. Very nice typing machine, very sturdy. These were some of the most popular typewriters back in this time. Very well made. Everything's made out of cast iron and steel. Very heavy and sturdy. To pull the paper out easy, you just flip this switch on the right side here down, and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the paper out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back up before you load the next page, or else it will not load correctly. It's got a backspace on the left side here. That works good. A shift on each side and a shift lock on each side. To clear that, you just hit the shift button again. Tab function is up top here with this tab bar and a tab set on the right and a clear on the left. So we're going to go ahead and set a tab right where we are. So you just hit that down, and when we hit this middle button, it should stop at that spot like it just did. It just means a little slow, but that's okay, it works. To clear it, you just hit this clear button, and then when you hit that again, it'll just go all the way to the end. And it's got a mechanism, so that the reason why it's going slow, it's got a mechanism back here. This thing is being hugged by a mechanism in there, and you just put some oil on that if you want that to slide faster. But it's meant so your carriage doesn't slam all the way to the end, causing wear and tear. Safety mechanism. This is your touch control. The farther left you go, the more tension when you hit the keys. You got to hit the keys a little harder. I like it on 0, so you just don't have to hit the keys as hard. This is your color selector switch. Right now we have it on blue, which hits the top portion of the ribbon, usually black. And if you go down to the middle, the ribbon will not print at all. If you go down to the red, it prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. The vibrator goes up higher. Those all work. We got a solid black ribbon on this now, so we did not use the red. And if you have a solid black ribbon, you could reuse your ribbon twice by just going down to red the second time around, and you hit the bottom portion of the ribbon. This is your direction control for your ribbon. Right now we have all the brand new ribbon loaded on the right side here, so it's pulling to the left. But if you want to switch that, you just pull it out and it'll start pulling this side. Sometimes people will get a machine and they think that the ribbon is dry or old, and all they have to do is switch the direction, and so it's pure ink instead of used ink. These are all your tabs that we used when we just did our tab function check, and all it does is go up or down on each one of these. Each one of these is a space, and you can set all of these as a tab if you want. This little lever on the back, flip it up, you disable the spacing mechanism when you turn the platen. You push it down, and each one of those clicks is one space. That works good. Here's your carriage release. You just push it forward towards the front, and you can control the carriage freely. And this is your carriage release on the right side. You push it down right there, and you can control the carriage freely. And to get access to the inside, you just, from the inside, you push this out and it pops right out, and you can clean this out or access the ribbon or whatever you need to do. And to put it back on, there's two little clips that just go behind the tab function, and you just push it in and it locks in. And that's about it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.